So I think we're ready. Okay, so as we started last week, we're going to start down onto our back. So you can make your way onto your back. If you want to support the back of the head with a blanket, you can do so. I'm just going to change my screen now so you see kind of the wider view. Hopefully sound is good. Thumbs are up, so that's good. So just get yourself settled down and we'll begin into constructive rest, which is feet as wide as your mat and the knees bent, so the knees are knocking together. That's it, lovely. So let yourself just settle for a moment, let the people kind of come in and get settled. And the practice this month in May, the focus this month is focus. It is purpose. And this kind of steadiness of mind that gives us. So we're starting here on our backs in a very supported way. So really inviting the body for a moment to come a little stiller. So make any small shifts, shoulders release down. Maybe a little movement around the jaw to relax the jaw. Soften the eyes. So we're embodying in this first way, in this supported way, embodying the attitude of steadiness. And just place your hands onto the belly. And focus, the question of focus, what we do focus, what are we focusing on? In our practice, we are training the mind, the monkey mind, to pay attention to what is useful and to shift away from what is not. And the Buddha calls this wise concentration. We're not just going over past experiences, but learning new ways to find a calmness and a contentment within us. So here is you just placing the hands onto the belly and bringing to focus to that feeling again of just a little bit of weight onto the belly and a softening of the belly. The elbows drop down, the shoulders relax. Begin to focus to your breath. A bridge between the mind and the body. The breath come in through the nose and feeling the breath down into the belly. Long, deep breath out. Inhaling through the nose, feeling the belly rise into the hands. And exhaling, navel draws towards the spine. And that feeling of the lower back just releasing down, back of the body. Inhaling, breathing into the hands, and you feel the breath fill the belly. It maybe will draw up into the chest. And exhaling, long relaxed exhale. And just as you begin to focus the mind to the breath and into the body, it's insight of the practice. Notice how are you doing? Any tender spots in the body? Your energy levels, quality of your thoughts. We're really growing this skill here, becoming more capable and developing ways to kind of navigate, to find stability, to find ease within ourselves. And we call yoga a skill in action. A nice long, deep, full breath in. Your long, steady breath out. More than anything with the breath, trying to keep this steady rhythm with the breath so it stays underlying through the practice. No matter how unsteady you might feel, we keep that underlying steadiness with the breath. On your next inhale, we're going to draw the right knee into your chest. Extend the left leg down. And rather than drawing the right knee directly into the center of the body, so you can draw the right knee slightly more out towards the right shoulder. You might circle the right ankle around a little bit. You might just feel the need to be a little stiller and really trying to embody that sense of steadiness and stillness. Bit of weight of the hands onto the shin, just gently drawing the right thigh towards the belly, and feeling the lower back release down. Chin slightly tucked. Again with the breath, inhaling, extend the right leg all the way down. Take a pause, feel one side of the body to the other. And then draw the left knee into the chest. Again, interlace the hand just below the knee. Left knee rather into the center, so you can draw it out towards the left shoulder. And that usually gives you a little bit more space, a little bit more depth, and release around the lower back. Again, breath smooth, in through the nose, and out through the nose. And sometimes just a few exhales out the mouth really helps kind of get that regulation with your breath. Now we're going to take that same movement just a couple of times to get a rhythm with our breath. So you're going to inhale, extend the left leg long, and exhale, draw the right knee in towards the right shoulder. Inhale, extend the right leg long. Exhale, left knee in towards the left shoulder. Inhale, extend. Exhale, right knee in. Last time, inhale, extend the right leg. And exhale, bring the left knee towards the left shoulder. And then we'll bring the right knee in to meet the left. So both knees into the chest now. Maybe a little rocking side to side. Feeling that movement from the sacrum up to the skull. So we're moving out of the knee to kind of do and think into the practice and think into the movement, but to feel into it. And we're just going to rock and roll a couple of times up your mat, nice and easy along the spine, coming forwards and rolling back. And if you haven't been able to have a massage for a little while, this is your massage. Letting the spine just a little bit of massage up and down. And then we'll come all the way up to sit. Okay, as we come up to sit, we'll come to face you. Fine, cross-legged if that's comfortable, or kneeling. You can always sit up onto a block. Just going to get a little bit of movement to the upper part of the spine. So I'm going to bring your elbows in line with the shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Good. And now try and feel that same weight down into the pelvis, down into the legs. So you might still have that kind of imprint of the lower back pressing down into the mat. And then we'll squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good. Try and keep the elbows lifted up. So we're sitting up now. That's it. Nice and tall spine. And you feel a little bit of popping of the front ribs open, as long as that feels okay for the back. Take a nice full deep breath in. Big wide breath. And now as you exhale, we're going to bring the hands forward. And we'll tuck your chin and really curl in. And open into the back of the ribs. Take a big wide breath into the back of the body. Inhale fully. And exhale fully. Again, try and soften around the shoulders and the neck. Inhale, lifting the chest back up. Bend the elbows, coming back into those cactus arms. Good. Now as you squeeze the shoulder blades, maybe you're investigating a little lift and opening through the throat. Take a full again, big wide breath in. And then exhale again, curling in, tucking the chin, reach the arms as far forward. So you want to feel like you're opening up into the back of the shoulder blades. From here, cross your right elbow on top of your left. Bend the elbows. Lift the chin up slightly so the backs of the hands or maybe the palms are together. Or you can do this by wrapping your hands around onto your shoulders. Inhale, lift the elbows up just a little bit. And then as you exhale, I want you to drop the elbows, drop the shoulders into the chest. Try and draw the skull back. Good, and then we'll bring the elbows over to the left and take your gaze out over your right shoulder. Breathing in for 1. Good, exhale. Breathing in for 2. Exhale. Breathing in for 3. Exhale. Inhaling nice and wide again with the arms back out to that cactus. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Spread the fingers as wide as you can. Good. Opening the throat, lifting the chest. Big breath in. And then exhale, bring the arms forward. And again, really curl in. So we're looking to create some mobility around the joints. We're starting to feel a little bit warmer. One more time, inhale, bend the elbows, cactus arms, lift the chest, arch the back a little bit. And then exhale, curling in and rounding, reach as far forward as you can. Drop the shoulders. Bring the left elbow on top of the right. Bend the elbows back to hands or palms together. You've got that option, wrap the fingers round. Start to lift the elbows, lift the chest, draw the skull back. Take a deep, full breath in. And then exhale, really actively drop the shoulders away from the ears. Elbows draw into the chest. Now we bring the elbows over towards your right. Look over your left shoulder. Breathing in for 1. Exhale. Breathing in for 2. Exhale. Breathing in for 3. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Let's take a big breath in. Reach the arms up over the head. Big breath. Reach up to the fingertips. Weight down into the sitting bones. And then exhale, draw your hands down, center line, heart space. And just centering for a moment. Soften your shoulders, soften your gaze. Draw the energy down into the body, down into your heart. Setting here your intention or dedication for your practice. It's practice that allows us some insight, some feedback, find more balance, more ease, more steadiness within ourselves. And then let's blink the eyes open. Okay, so we're going to come over onto our hands and knees. I'm going to still stay, if you were with me, last week we worked a lot into this kind of stability into the sacrum and the lower half of the body, quite a lot of standing work and balance. You might have noticed I didn't say straps this week, so it is slightly different, but still some good standing balance work. And let's just here spread the fingers nice and wide, crease of the wrists facing forward. And we'll just take a couple of cat-cows, really just again to get the movement and rhythm with your breath. So as you inhale, tilt the pelvis forward, press the chest forward, opening the throat. Exhale, get moving all the way along the spine from the tailbone. So you can trace that with your mind all the way as you tuck the chin. Inhaling, getting to move together with the breath, slowing down. Open the throat, lift the chest. Exhale and rounding. And again, really feeling that curling in. And noticing any parts of the spine that feel a little bit tender or tight. One more time, inhale. And of course, we're looking for an evenness in the body, but of course, that's not always possible. And as you exhale, we're going to curl in and come back into that cat stretch. And as you press into your hands, feel the back ribs lift, let the head be heavy. And it always feels good to kind of shake out the head, let the head be heavy, release the neck. And feel that steadiness of the breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. Now come to neutral spine, gaze forward, nice and steady. And as you inhale, extend the right leg back. Try and turn your right toes down so you don't really ideally need to look back at your right toes or to feel if that right hip is lifted up. So you can check and look back at your right toes. You want to feel like you're pressing back into your right heel, right toes are turning down. So we're not twisting in the sacrum. Now extend your left arm forward. Deep full breath in. Long steady breath out. So you feel that kind of cross in the center of the body. And then bring the left hand down and bring the right knee back down. Inhale, left leg extends back again. Turn the left toes down. Press actively to your left heel. Extend the right arm forward. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, right hand down, left knee. Let's do that with the breath. Inhale, right leg, left leg. Extend and reach. Exhale, come back, hands and knees. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Extend for that cross in the center of the body. Exhale. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale. Last time, inhale, right arm, left leg, nice and steady. Exhale and come back to center. Tuck over your toes. Again, try and really keep that focus into the lower part. You might even still kind of feel that cross down at the sacrum. Going to tuck over your toes and just lift the knees and hover the shins and the knees an inch off the ground. Good. Breathing in 1. Exhale. Breathing in 2. Exhale. Breathing in 3. Exhale. So we can feel the support here. And now slowly, as you press into your hands, start to draw your chest back towards your thighs. Knees as bent as you can. Shins are parallel as much as you can. And then slowly start to lift the hips up, coming into our first down dog. So try and keep that activity, that strength through the arms, lifting up into the hips, really elongating the spine. And as we always do, we like that little bit of movement here in down dog. So as some of you are pressing one heel down and then the other. And often what that movement does is allows us to really move into the moment, to feel that. Breath nice and smooth, breathing in, good, and breathing out. Legs together just for a breath. Inhale, come up onto your toes, lift the hip. Make sure you're really getting that elongation in your spine. So draw your chest back towards your thighs. And then exhale, really actively press the heels down, even if they don't reach. And as we move through the practice, you might want to really work with getting your down dog a little longer so you keep that nice elongation in the spine. It's a lovely posture to embody that feeling of steadiness, groundedness, presence. And then inhale, bend your knees, look past your hands, end of your breath, walk or hop forward. We join front of the mat. As you come forward, inhale, legs straighten, hands to shins, look forward. And then that first forward bend, just let again yourself soften. Bend your knees, tuck your chin, and let the spine fold forward. So the knees bent and forward bend is really helpful, so not hanging off the spine. But there's a nice release. Head is heavy, and again, just let for a moment the shoulders drop towards the ears. Take again a lovely full breath into the body. And full breath out. See if you can feel the breath as you inhale around the lower back. Down into the belly and the pelvis. And then reach your arms out wide, lift the chest, press through the feet, and rise all the way up to standing. Reach the arms up over the head, lifting up, look up, reach up. And exhale, drawing down, center line, heart space. Release the arms down by your side. So you should be standing at the front of the mat. Just get that alignment in Tadasana. So remember, alignment is slightly different for everybody, but alignment gives us a sense of where the body is in space. So we can feel that we're pressing equally through four corners of the feet. As you draw your thighs back, feel the knees lift. Draw the navel in, tailbone down. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Reach up to the crown of the head. So again, it's real skill in action. We're not just standing here. We're feeling strength and embodying steadiness. Good. Let's again start to connect with the breath and the movement. As you inhale, reach your arms forward, raise your prayer up. Look up, reach up. Exhale, burst the arms open, bend the knees, swan dive all the way forward, tucking the chin, chest to thigh. Halfway, inhale, now straighten the legs, look forward, lift the chest. Exhale, bowing forward, chest to thighs, tuck the chin. Inhale, step the right leg back into high lunge. And as you exhale, just begin to straighten your right leg. Good, inhale, left leg. Inhale, bend the left knee, lift the chest. Exhale, straighten the left leg. And just feel into that. Feel like kind of warming up into the joints. Inhale, bend the left knee, staying with the breath. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend the left knee. So in that low lunge, press into your back heel. Now exhale, plant the hands, step back into down dog. From down dog, inhale, come forward into plank pose. So begin to move with the breath. Exhale, can bend the knees, draw the upper arm bones in, half or all the way down, chaturanga. Inhaling, rolling the shoulders back, lifting the chest, cobra or up dog. Exhale, press through the hands, tabletop, tuck toes, lifting up and back. into down dog. Inhale through the nose for 1. Exhale. Good. Inhaling 2. Exhale. Lovely. Inhaling 3. That's good, guys. Exhale. As you inhale for 4, bring the right leg up behind you. And again, you can do this on your hands and knees. Draw your right knee into your chest. Look forward. Step the right foot forward. And make sure the right knee and right ankle are in line. So help the leg through. Again, begin with a breath in. Lift your chest. And as you exhale, straighten now your right leg. Inhale, bend the right knee. Low lunge, look forward. Exhale and straighten. So just pulsing with the breath. Inhale, bend, not forcing, but feeling into the body. Last time, exhale, straighten the right leg. Chest stays lifted. Inhale, bend the right knee, low lunge, look forward. And exhale, we step forward, front of the mat. Good, halfway. Inhale, straighten the legs, lift your chest. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward, tucking the chin. Inhale, reach the arms out wide, press through the feet, rise on the breath, come up, reach up, look up, stand tall as you can. And then exhale, center down, heart space. Release the arms. Full breath in, inhale, rise, look up, reach up. Exhale, burst the arms open, swan dive forward. Halfway, inhale, so make sure the hands press into something, straight legs. Exhale, now you bend your knees and tuck the chin. It's time, inhale, step left leg back, high lunge, holding here. Bring your right hand onto your right hip and just actively draw your right hip in and back. So your left hand on your fingertips or your block. Right hip drawing in and back. Now inhale, press through your right foot. Really press through the inner seam of your right foot. So you're going to straighten your right leg as we did before. Right hip, draw it in and back. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Good. One more time like that. Inhale, drawing your right hip in and back. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Keep that right hand on your right hip, but start to turn the torso to the right. So now we're twisting. Good, that's it. So there's real skill in how we're moving. And now extend the right arm up towards the ceiling. Breathing in for 1. You can take your gaze up if you want. Exhale. Breathing in for 2. Press into your back heel. Good. Exhale. Breathing in for 3. Exhale. Inhale, gaze down, right hand down, frame the front foot. Plant the hands and step back into down dog. Inhale, forward, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. So you can bend the knees, one long line with the body. Upper arm bones draw in. Inhale, cobra. So you come into up dog, arms are straight, lift your gaze. Exhale, up and back, down dog. Breathing in for 1. Exhale. Breathing in for 2. Good. Exhale. Gazes at the navel. Head heavy. Breathing in for 3. Exhale. Inhale. Again, left leg lifts. Draw the knee into the chest. Help that left leg through. So you make sure the left knee and the left ankle are in line. Up onto your fingertips or block in right hand. Left hand onto that left hip. And actively draw that left hip in and back. So you're stabilizing around the sacrum. As you press for your left foot, inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale and bend. So you don't need to go to the max, feel into it. Inhale, straighten. Really press through that inner seam of the left leg. Exhale and bend. Last time, inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend into your left knee, press into your right heel, start to twist and turn to the left. Don't let that right hip drop down. And then extend maybe the left arm up. So we're keeping that stabilization in the lower half of the body. We're revolving and turning the chest up. Inhaling 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Inhale, gaze down, left hand down, frame your front foot. And we join together. Exhale, front of the mat. Halfway, inhale, lift, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, bow forward, folding forward, tucking the chin. Reach the arms out wide as you inhale, press to the feet, rise all the way up on the breath. Look up, reach up. Exhale, draw your hands down, center line, heart space. Good, as you release your arms down by the side, so we're not kind of moving unconsciously. Every breath, every movement, there's tension and purpose. So let's bring the feet a little bit wider, bend your knees, sink your hips, should be getting a bit warmer. Bring again your right hand onto your right hip, and just pick your left foot up, and you bring the left foot slightly behind you. And notice here if you've dropped your right hip over to the right. See if you can draw that right hip in and back. Good. So really feel that connection down through your right foot, chest stays lifted. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, left foot comes down. Slightly shift the weight over, but don't let that left hip get lazy. Draw in and back. Pick your right foot up just an inch. Bring it back behind. Try and draw your knees together. Breathing in, gaze is steady. Breathing out. Inhale, right foot comes down. Bend the knees a little deeper, reach the arms forward. So you're in chair pose, gaze to your thumbs. And then exhale, fold all the way forward. Good, chest to thighs. Inhale, halfway, straighten the legs, hands to shins. Exhale, bow forward, chest to thighs. As you inhale, bring your hands flat, step right leg or some of your hop back, left leg through that same vinyasa, bend the elbows, half all the way down. Inhaling, cobra up dog, gaze tip of the nose. Exhale, we meet up and back into down dog. Take a breath in down dog. Move again back into the body, into your breath. You don't need to come through every one of those vinyasas if it feels a lot. And now inhale, right leg lifts up and back. Reach to your right toes and try and really draw back. Feel equal through both hands. We draw the right knee into your chest. Inhale, look forward. And again, we step the right foot forward. Help the right foot through. Step your left foot in slightly. Press your left heel down. Left toes, top left corner. So you can always glance back and look at that left foot. Now from here, we're going to lift your chest, come up onto your fingertips. Reach your left arm back and your right arm forward. So you're really drawing again through that cross-lateral, doing quite a lot of this cross-lateral work this evening, and feeling that kind of stability in the center. Draw your right hip in and back. Press to your back heel. Take a deep breath in and start to lift your chest up. So right arm lifts up, 12 o'clock. Left arm draws down towards your left heel. Bend into your right knee. Lift your gaze. Breathing in. Good. Breathing out. Breathing in. Big down into the belly. Exhale. Drop that left shoulder. Inhale. Bring your hands all the way forward. Frame your front foot and step back. Exhale into down dog. Good. Inhale. Left leg lifts. Again, reach it up and back. Feel a little bit of length here. You can do all this on your hands and knees as well. On your next exhale, left knee into your chest. Step the left foot forward. Right toes, top right corner. Press your right heel down. Come up onto your fingertips, lift the chest. Again, reach the right arm towards your right heel. Left arm forward. So you've got that cross diagonal. Feeling that cross the sacrum. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, press through the feet and rise all the way up. So the more you press down and feel steady and grounded, the more you can lift up. Reach to your left fingertips and drop those right fingertips towards your right heel. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Bend into your front knee. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, pinwheel your hands all the way forward. Frame your front foot. And again, exhale, step back into down dog. Stay in down dog. Or inhale, forward, plank pose, back through vinyasa. Exhaling, chaturanga, bend the elbows. Good, Sinead. Inhale, lift the chest, cobra up dog. Lovely. Exhale, up and back. We meet in down dog. Take a full deep breath in. A long, steady breath out. Coming back to center. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, let's bend the knees, look past your hands, end of your breath. Walk or hop forward, we join front of the mat. Inhaling, straighten the legs, lift the chest halfway, flat back. Exhale, bow forward, chest to thighs, and tuck the chin. Reach the arms out wide. Inhale, press to the feet, rise on the breath, look up, reach up. Center, exhale, hands down, heart space. Feel that moment of integration, movement and breath, bringing the mind more centered and steady. Release the arms down by the side, hands again onto the hips. Sink again the hips down. You might want to bring your feet a little wider if that feels more comfortable. So if you're sinking down again into that chair pose. And set up for eagle. So in eagle pose, same, everything's hugging into the midline. So we'll pick the right foot up, set your gaze, bring your right leg in front of your left. And again, watch that left hip doesn't kick out to the left. Try and squeeze your inner thighs together. You might pick your right foot up, bind it once or twice. Sink a little deeper into your hips. Reach the arms forward. Right elbow on top of left. So we've already done this. Backs of hands or palms together. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, drop the elbows and sit down for a breath. Breathe in, steady. Breathe it out. Inhale. And exhale. As you next inhale, press through your left foot, slowly unwind the legs, press the right foot down, release the arms, just take a straightening of the legs, lift up and back a little bit, stretch out the front of the body, and then exhale, sweep the arms back, bring them back to the hips, sink down, settle, gaze steady, shift the weight over to your right foot, pick the left foot up. And again, it's really habitual. Sometimes just collapse into our hips here. So stabilize, draw and hug into the midline. So really squeeze your inner thighs together. Wrapping the legs round, or you can keep the left toes down. Arms come forward, left on top of right. And also work with the hands wrapped around the back. And then just sit down and settle for a moment. Feel that settling, that embodying of steadiness. That quality that's an internal quality. So even though it might feel a little shaky on the ground, can embody a sense of steadiness, focus. Breathing in and breathing out. Then inhale, start with the legs, press to your right foot, release the left leg. Take a deep breath in, reach the arms up again. And interlace your fingers at the top. Index finger and thumb, reach up. Press through the feet, reach to your fingertips. And just stretch, lift the chest up and back. And it should feel nice just to open up the front of the hip point. Let the throat open a little bit. Big breath in. And then we'll exhale, burst the arms open, bend your knees and swan dive all the way forward, chest to thighs. Take an inhale halfway, lift, lengthen, flat back, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, chest to thighs, folding forward. Stepping back with an inhale, left leg and then right leg back through plank. Chaturanga. That's it, good Stevie. Inhale, cobra up dog, so back into that flow, open the throat, good. Shoulders away from the ears, Crystal. Exhale, up and back, down dog. Full breath in, and full deep steady breath out. Again, we're inhale, lift the left leg up and back. And this time we just open the left hip, bend the left knee, step the left hip on top of the right. So again, you can do all this on your hands and knees. Try not to twist through the shoulders, so keep equal weight through left and right hand, particularly that right hand. Then from here, straighten the left leg. Draw your left knee into your chest, look forward, and we'll join together, left leg stepping forward between the hands. As we did before, look back, bring your right heel down, right toes, top right corner. Just step that right foot in a little bit shorter. Begin to straighten your left leg and bring your hands onto your lower back. Good, and see if you can lift your chest halfway up. So now we're really working the stability in that front leg. So rather than bending your left knee, see if you can draw your left hip in and back and have your chest parallel to the floor. And with your hands on your lower back, and I'll see how much I can see, you get that feedback. Does your sacrum feel level? Are you collapsed over to the left? Good. How does that feel in my body? That's lovely, June. Good. Take a deep breath in. So this is taking a lot of focus, a lot of work. Long, steady breath out. Inhale. Watch that left hip. Exhale. Now inhale, we're going to bend into your left knee. Bring your hands down. Step your right leg back. Exhale, press it up and back. Down dog. Just walk your feet out a little further back in that down dog. Will really stretch out the spine. Lift to your hips. Weight down to your heels. As you're ready, inhale, right leg lifts. And again, hands and knees is your option. Bend your right knee, open your right hip. Good, Anne. Don't collapse into that left shoulder. Yes, that's it. I see you. Inhale, extend the right leg. Draw your right knee into your chest. So work with purpose. Step the foot through best you can. Knee over ankle. Look back, step your left foot in, left toes, top left corner, left heel presses down. Now we begin to straighten that right leg and really work from the inseam of the leg. So press the big toe out of your right foot. Draw your right hip in, hands onto the lower back and lift your chest. Tucking the chin, gaze forward and down. Breathing in 1. Exhale, lovely. Smile, Jane. Breathing in 2. Exhale. Rachel, lift that right shoulder. Breathing in 3. Exhale. Inhale, start to bend into your right knee. Bring your hands down, step your left leg back. And again, we step back into down dog. And just take that a little longer in down dog. Just step the feet a bit further back. Really stretch the spine. Drop the head down. Take a big deep breath in through the nose. Exhale it out the mouth. Stay here, child's pose, or inhale forward, plank pose. Exhaling half all the way down, chaturanga. Inhaling cobra up dog, open the throat through that up dog. Good, Danny. Exhale up and back into down dog. We meet in down dog. Take a full, nice, deep breath in, bend your knees, look past your hands, set your gaze steady of where you want to go, and then walk or hop forward, joining front of the mat. Inhaling halfway, lift, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, bow forward, chest to thighs, and just take a little deeper forward bend. So heel toe your feet a bit wider, 2 fist distance. Index finger and thumb wrap around the big toe mount. And then again, I really want you to feel that you're pressing down into the big toe, that inner seam of the leg. Halfway as you inhale, lift the chest. And then as you exhale, knees can be bent, remember. Tucking the chin and folding forward. So even if your knees are bent in the forward bend, there's that energy and feel that you're trying to lift the pelvis up. Press actively through the feet, but lift up into the hips. Elbows out wide. See if you can find a length from your shoulders to your ears. Danny, draw your shoulders away from your ears. Elbows out wide. That's better, good. Elbows wider if you can, Lucy. Bend the knees a little bit, Denise. Drop the head down. Full deep breath in. Long, steady breath out. Inhale, release the hands, bring them onto the hips, and slowly lift all the way up with a flat back. Rising up, standing nice and tall. Again, just that moment of integration. Body steadiness, focus. Notice how that feels. Okay, so I'm going to need that for this next sequence. We're going to kind of put some of these elements together. Step your right leg back about one leg length distance. So we're going to start in that same pyramid pose we did a moment ago. Hands onto the lower back. You're going to bring your palms to face up. And just make sure your right toes turn to top right corner. Draw your left hip in and back. So that left leg is what's going to work really hard. That's your stabilizer. Take a breath in, lift the chest. And again, coming forward. Think of the sternum, the chest moving forward. Bring your chest about parallel to the floor. So we're not going forward, we're not going down, we're going forward, trying to lengthen out the crown of your head. Draw your left hip in and back. And try and again, feel that cross lateral as you press into your back heel. See if you can draw the crown of the head forward. Now we're going to transition the weight into your left foot. See if you can start to pick your right leg up. So we're coming into warrior three. Notice how shaky the ground might feel suddenly underneath you, but can you still embody steadiness? Good. Try and pick that right leg up. So it's that left leg is working so hard. Right toes turned down. Take a deep full breath in, and then slowly bring the right leg back to meet the left. Shake the legs out a little bit. So we're going to do that 2 more times. We'll step the left leg back first of all, twice on each side, so don't worry, you've got another chance. And I can check you out a little bit more. Draw your right hip in and back. So you're probably getting a bit of feedback from that left hip. Take a breath in, lift your chest, open the throat. Breathe down into the feet. And then come forward. So we start very steady. Gaze forward. And then start to transition your weight into your right foot. Don't let that right hip drop out. It's fine to bend the right knee a little bit, but you really want to work into the outer right hip as you pick the left leg up. So there's no flinging of the leg. Now you should try and really actively press into your left heel and turn your left toes down. So if you need to, look at your left toes and really try and feel your left toes turn down a little bit more, some of you. Good, Sharon. Breathing in, a lot of focus. Breathing out. And then inhale slowly with control. Bring the left leg back to meet the right. And shake the hips out a little bit. Good job. Let's take it over to the right side. Right leg steps back. Left hip draws in. So we're really starting to kind of get this alignment in the body. Feel it. You're like, yeah, I feel it. Chest lifts. Inhale. Press into the back heel. Open the throat. And then as you exhale, think about lengthening forward first of all. Chin slightly tucked, gaze steady. Transition your weight over to your left foot and pick your right leg up. Let's start here. Chest is lifted. Press into your right heel. Draw your left hip in and back. And really work into that inseam of your left leg. Press your inseam of your left foot down. And now see if you can bring your left arm forward. So again, we've got that cross lateral here. Feeling that cross in your lower back. Drop your right hip down, extend to your left fingertips. Breathing in, that's it, good, Anne. Breathing out. Inhale, maybe just for a breath. You'll bring your right arm forward and sneak in a full warrior three. Strong and steady and focused. Bring your hands to your heart. And bring your right leg back to meet your left. Good, release the hips a little bit. It all started so serenely. Let's step the left leg back. Good, right hip draws in. So not too wide, one leg length distant, remember. Hands onto the lower back. Steady breath. Think about what you're focusing on. Steadiness, calmness. However unsteady it feels on the ground underneath you. Draw your right hip in, transition your weight down into your right foot, really in that inseam of the right foot. As you transition your weight forward and pick the left leg up. Do it with purpose, not half-heartedly. This is going to be difficult, don't really want to do it. Good, even if it's for a breath. That's it, Denise. Yes, press into your back heel. Now let's get that cross lateral. Extend the right arm forward. And feel that from your right fingertips to your left heel. Stable in the center. Breath smooth. Maybe just for a breath, you can extend the left arm forward. Full warrior 3. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Hands to the heart and slowly come all the way up to stand. Woo. Shake out the hips a little bit. Come to stand. Tadasana. And just feel how much more aware we are of that lower part of the body. You can feel that in your glutes, down your legs, to your feet. Feel grounded. Stand tall. Take a deep breath in. Bend your knees. Sweep your arms forward. Chair pose. Exhale, bow all the way forward, chest to thighs, tuck the chin. Take a deep breath in, inhale, halfway, lift, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, bow forward, chest to thighs. Through the vinyasa, inhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step left leg, right leg, plank pose, or you hop, bent elbows, chaturanga. Good, slow it down, inhale, cobra up dog, open the throat. Exhale, up and back, down dog. Full breath in and steady breath out. Just take that moment really to be still. Notice there's less of the need of the movement now to find the stillness. Let's come forward again, inhale, plank pose. Dropping the knees or full chaturanga. Hover halfway down if you can, and then release all the way to the belly. Come down onto the belly. We're going to keep the hands in Cobra Pose, so they're midline of the chest. So you can just check the placement of your hands. Sometimes when we're flowing through vinyasa, we don't get a chance to really look at this pose too much. So hand midline, slightly back from the shoulders. Upper arm bones draw in, chin slightly tucked. So we're not thinking here about height so much, but length. So as you inhale, lift the chest up slightly, coming into Cobra, as you normally would. And then see if you can pick the right leg up. And it's not going to be very high, it's more about length. And feel the lift from the top of the thigh reach to your right toes. And then release the right leg down, release the chest down. Take a deep breath in, come back into Cobra, so 10 toes press down. And then see if you can lift the left leg up, reaching to the left toes. Try and feel equal weight though through both sides of the pelvis, so not tipping over to the right here. Reach to the left toes, lift the chest, and then again exhale and release. Take a breath. So you can turn your head to the side and release the arm, drop the heels out, and breathe down into the body just for a breath. Let that settle. Now bring your hands back midline of the chest, tuck your chin, bring your heels together, so that feeling of drawing into the midline. Inhale as your Cobra Pose, upper arm bones draw in, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Now see if you can lift both legs up, squeeze the inner thighs together and reach the toes and really feel that cross down in the sacrum, good June. Take a full deep breath in, think about length, crown of the head to your toes. And then exhale again, release all the way down. You can let the heels drop out, you can let the head turn to the other side. Nice deep breath down into the body. Okay, so I'm going to build a little bit more into this kind of cross-lateral stability. So we'll come back into Cobra Pose. We'll come back into the beginning of Cobra Pose, hands midline of the chest. Upper arm bones draw in, heels draw together. And then we're going to see if, as we lift, inhale, lift the chest. Good, you're going to see if you're going to extend your right arm forward. If that feels too much for your back, you keep your hand where they are. So your 10 toes are pressing down, but your right arm is extending forward, or it could be in cactus as well, elbows in line with the shoulders. Now you're going to see if you can lift your left leg. And again, reach to your left toes, reach to your right fingers. Breath in. And then exhale, come all the way down, right hand midline of the chest. Inhale, Cobra, left arm extends forward, right leg lifts. Don't tip, feel centered. And then release and release down. Let's stay with that with the breath. So as you inhale, lift and cobra, right arm, left leg, extend. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, lift, left arm, right leg. Exhale and release. Stay with it, with the breath. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, release. Good. Inhale, lift, left arm, right leg. Exhale, good, June, and release. Let's take it one more time. Inhale, lift into cobra. See, maybe you can bring both arms forward and lift both legs. If it feels too much, keep your hands down. Take a full breath in, lift. And then exhale and release. No time for waving, June. Turn your head to one side. Drop your heels to the other. Breathing in and breathing out. And just feel that kind of center of the cross in the body, strong and stable. Let's bring our hands back midline of the chest. Don't worry, we're not doing that again. Tuck over your toes. Knees can stay down, or you can press up to full plank. So you can come through the half or the full plank. So as you press through your hands, try and draw your front ribs in, half, and then see if you can meet in full plank. And it's a really just nice feeling in full plank or plank pose, that kind of core, gathering it all back. Lift your back ribs up. Take a full deep breath in. And then exhale, lift the hips up and back into down dog. Drop the head, gaze at the navel. Make sure you've got a good distance between your hands and feet. So walk the feet a little bit further back from your mat. Feet hip distance apart. And again, just hold steady here. See if you can embody that feeling of steadiness, of focus. Breathing in and breathing out. And then we'll come down onto our hands and knees. Bring your feet to one side and bring the hips down and bring the legs forward. Okay, that's good work. Sometimes in vinyasa we're moving kind of through, and sometimes holding some of those poses are really challenging. So let's extend the legs forward, coming into Dandasana. So in Dandasana, some of you will sit up onto a blanket or your block, and that's helpful just to get a little lift of the hips. And then bring your hands down by your side, and hopefully, I can certainly still feel that kind of that cross and that stability around the lower back. So try to lift the ribs away from the pelvis. Nice tall spine. Press out through the feet. And feel that kind of cross lateral. Left heel, right shoulder. Right heel, left shoulder. Feel stable. Take a deep full breath in. Long breath out. And then inhale, bend your right knee towards your chest and bring your right foot flat. Wrap your left arm around your bent right knee. So we're going to take a twist here. And bring your right hand behind. And you might just want to kind of catch a quick look at me. And I'll just kind of show you this. If you can see my right ribs are kind of drawing back here. And if you've got this action, sitting up onto a block will really help. So you want to try and draw your right ribs in. And then as you twist, you'll feel you've got a little bit more space to revolve around the spine. So we're not collapsing back. If you are, sit up onto something, that's it, good. And then feel more of the movement into that upper part of the spine. Press into your right foot. And as you extend out through your left heel, through your right shoulder a little further back. Again, that cross-lateral stability. Inhale, come back to center. And then extend the right leg. Bend the left knee, left foot flat, right arm wraps around, left hand behind. So again, try not to collapse back. We're going to lift the chest, nice tall spine, and then revolve. So it doesn't matter so much about going deep, but more space and length. Press out through your right heel. And draw your left shoulder a little bit further back. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, come back to center. exhale, extend both legs, Dandasana. Okay, so now we'll bend the right knee in and come into Shishasana, which means head to toe. So I'll come into this angle, you might see a little better. So same action, if you feel ribs are going back, sit up onto a block. So you want to lift the ribs away from the pelvis. You can support the bent knee. And then hands come either side of the extended left leg and try and sit nice and tall with a little bit of twist through the upper part of the spine, through the rib cage. And as you come forward, just let yourself fold forward. Let the hands rest to the shin, the ankle, maybe the foot, and drop the head down. Soften the shoulders. And breathe into where you feel this in the body. You might feel a nice widening and release around the lower back and the hips. Smooth breath in. And smooth breath out. And relax your jaw. The tongue just rests behind your bottom teeth. And again, with an inhale, sit up nice and tall. Nice tall spine. Good. Swap the legs over. So what we see is all this asymmetrical work takes a lot of focus. One side is stronger than the other. We've got habits and patterns of how we move in the body. So support the bent knee, nice and tall spine, twist slightly through the ribs so your right rib cage draws back. Inhale, and then exhale, walk forward, soften forward. Smooth breath in, smooth breath out. And soften a little here around the shoulders, around the neck, the head drop down. I'm really feeling those kind of strong roots of the legs, a lot of standing work. And then again, take a breath in and come all the way up to sit. So extend both legs back into that Dandasana. Active through the legs, might be still sitting up onto your block, hands underneath the shoulders, tall spine. Inhale, reach the arms up over the head and press out through the heels. Come forward with the chest and then exhale and release forward. So your hands might not come to your feet, it might be more on your shins or to your ankles. If your knees are bent, and that's fine, I would place, if you can, something underneath them. So you can really press the backs of the knees down and let the head drop. And just feel that integration from one side of the body to the other. That feeling when we get drawn in different directions, when the mind is pulled in different ways. We look to bring it back to a wholeness, a steadiness. Single point of focus. Breathing in. And breathing out. You might hear sounds around you. You certainly have thoughts pop into the mind. But we are training the mind with skill in action to be discerning with where we place our focus, what supports us, maybe what we need to let go of. Take a breath in, lift your chest, and slowly come all the way up to sit. So taking a little time to do some of these nice releases through the legs. We're going to do double pigeon, couple of options here. So double pigeon, we'll start with bending the right knee and placing, and I'll come back, I think you'll be able to see me a little bit better. Bending the right knee and placing the right ankle just above the left knee. So it's not up here, it's not up into my groin, it's just above the left knee. And that might feel enough. If your right knee is lifted up a long way, then that's okay. You're gonna work with that and let that outer hip release a little bit. If that feels okay as you come forward, some of you are going to bend your left knee and come into double pigeon. And again, if that feels too much, stay in that half variation. That's still really good work. If it feels too much, you can come back into the Janju, which we did a minute ago. You get it a little bit more into the outer hip. We work the outer hips a lot. It's a nice tall spine. If you're in that full double pigeon and that top knee is lifted up a long way, you can always place a blanket to support it. And then we're going to come forward, and you're going to walk your hands forward and drop your head down. So for most of us, the outer hips bring up a lot to focus on, a lot to give the mind something to place attention to. So settle the mind. However intense that feels, can you work with that breath? Can you find a steadiness and a focus to the breath? So we're not pushing to go deeper, but I can hold steady here. Breathing in and breathing out. And in fact, as I let go a little bit of the struggle and the fight against it, maybe I can even soften. It might be just that softening of the shoulders or your face. It causes a whole ripple through the body, through the mind, to let go a little bit. Do one more full deep breath in. Long breath out. And then inhale, slowly come up. Good. Okay, let's swap the legs. Again, you come into the half. So left knee on top, left foot just above the knee. That's it. So we're working with a more of kind of getting a squaring of the hips. So if you see me, and if you're not too sure, using the front of my mat will give you a little bit of a kind of direction that that lower shin is parallel to the front of the mat. And then, as like mine, if your left knee is lifted up a long way, I'd probably put a block or blanket underneath just to support it a bit more. And then I'll come forward. So you can have your lower leg, remember, extended. Just take a few breaths. And notice, and this is where it becomes skill in action, when it gets really challenging, when it gets intense, what do I do? How do I react? And sometimes the skill is just to draw back a little bit. Sometimes the skill is just to hold steady. Sometimes the skill is just to let go and go deeper. In this moment, what do I need? Take a nice full deep breath in and slowly come up. So some of you love that. You're going to wave to me if you do. I don't see any waving. Oh, you do. Oh, Lucy. Release the legs and just windscreen wipe the legs a little side to side. Oh, Vicky, I'm not sure I'm with you on that one. You know what they say, the pose that you most dislike, you should do more of, guys. Okay, so release the hips a little bit. And then bring your feet flat. Lift the chest, knees are bent, and we'll just roll down onto our backs. You come down onto your backs, placing the back of the skull down, let the shoulders release. And again, draw that sight down into your body and really notice where you now are aware of the body. And can you feel that area of stability around the lower back, down the legs to your feet? Good. Walk the feet in a little further. Walk the hands down towards your heels. Draw your shoulders away from your ears and tuck your chin. As you take a breath in, you're going to press through your feet. Lift your hips up. So we're coming into bridge pose variation. Walk your hands underneath. Really try and draw your upper arm bones towards each other. So you're squeezing your shoulder blades together to keep lifting your chest towards your chin. Press actively through the feet. Good. And I'm going to hold here for a few breaths. So find a place that for you feels stable, that feels kind of just slightly out of your comfort zone. So you're working, you're not kind of just hanging out here and hoping that I'm going to say come out in a minute. But you're fully and wholly engaged in this moment. Your mind is focused to your body, to your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Chin is tucking towards the chest. You might see the rise of your belly and the fall of your belly. But more important, I want you to feel down into the body. Press down, keep your hips lifted. Knees are drawing forward. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. So you're going to stay just a little bit longer. Hold steady. Breathing in and breathing out. Take one more full deep breath in. Press to the feet. Lift your hips up a little bit more. That's it. Good. Keep that focus. Now slowly release the hands. Draw the arms a little wider and come down vertebrae by vertebrae. And as you feel all the way down to the base of the spine, shoulders drop down. Take a deep breath in and just take that pause. So I know some of you have drawn your knees in. If you can, resist that temptation. I know it's going to feel good when we do it. We'll do it in a minute, guys, but I'm going to take one more bridge. Some of you will come into wheel pose. So I'd like us just to stay in the back bend if you can. So again, press through your feet. Walk your hands down towards your heels. And as you inhale, peel the spine up, chest towards the chin. You're coming up into your wheel or working towards wheel. And if you're not, don't let that fluster you. That is past kind of that learning zone. So you're going to stay in your learning zone. Maybe your learning zone is bringing your hands and just feeling what it feels like to press your hands behind or either side of your head. Some of you are going to press onto the crown of the head, and some of you are going to lift all the way up into wheel. Some of you good are going to stay in your bridge. Whatever for you stays in that learning zone, not knees into the chest, June. Take a deep full breath in, lift your hips up. That's it, good, Vicky. Draw your knees a little closer together. Feel strong and steady wherever you are. And then nice and slowly, if you're in your wheel, you bend your elbows, crown of the head, tuck your chin. If you're in the bridge, slowly release the arms. And come down vertebrae by vertebrae. Again, take that moment of integration. Take a pause. Feel both sides of the body. And now we'll windscreen wipe the legs a little side to side. And then when you feel the back nice and neutral, draw your knees happily into your chest. Just have that nice big hug. And just really press all the way down to the base of the spine. So you can really feel some weight into the sacrum. You might even rock a little side to side here. Good, the chin is tucked. I'm going to extend the legs all the way up. Not quite done yet. Okay, so I'm going to stay with a bit of this cross-lateral and core work. Chin is tucked, breath nice and smooth. Again, we'll try and get a little rhythm with our breath going here. So inhale, extend your right leg. And if you can, lift your chest, bring your hands forward and come either side of your left leg. Good, now lift up and reach. Inhale, bring your spine down. And then exhaling, bring your right leg back to center. Inhale, left leg extends. So it's hovering about an inch if you can. If that feels too much, you bring your leg up higher. Lower back presses down as you lift your chest, framing your right leg. Right leg is 12 o'clock and lift and reach. Good, full deep breath in. And as you exhale, place the spine down and slowly bring the left leg back to meet the right. Let's keep going. Inhale, right leg extends. Actively press out through the right heel, lower back presses down and reach and lift. Take a deep full breath in. And then exhale, release. Right leg back to meet the left. Inhale, left leg extends. Press out through the left heel. Lower back presses down and reach. Deep breath in. Lift up a little higher. Good. And then exhale, spine down. Left leg back. One more time each side. Inhale. Right leg extends. Now frame that other leg. Reach. Good. Lift. And then slowly release. Exhale. Bring the leg back to center. Try not to swing that leg. Last time, left leg. Inhale, extend it forward, really active. Good. Now lift up, navel to spine. Press the lower back down. Reach a little bit higher, forward. And then exhale, release the spine. Release back to center. And just take a moment with both legs. 12 o'clock. And try not to lift the tailbone up here. Really try and feel weight all the way to the base of the spine. So you feel a little natural arch in the lower back. Good, let the shoulders drop. And that moment of integration from all that cross-lateral work, we feel everything knitting back to center. And then from here, we're going to bring the legs out wide into a V position. So we haven't really done much of that. The outer hip stretch and inner thigh. Nice wide V position again. Try not to lift the tailbone up. Press out through the heels. Nice full, deep, steady breath. Notice, if you've got a little bit of shaking in the legs, you really feel the legs, there's some energy there, some waking up. A lot of standing work today, a lot of focused strength work. And again from here, take a deep breath in, press your lower back down, tuck your chin. Last time, I'm going to come forward and into center. So my legs are wide, I've lifted my chest, and I'm reaching my fingertips between the legs. Good, deep breath in. Set your gaze to your thumbs. Deep breath out. Inhale, lift up a little higher. And exhale. Inhale. And then slowly exhale again. Vertebrae by vertebrae, back of the skull releases down, legs draw to center. Draw your knees into your chest. Bring your arms out wide. Take a deep full breath in. And exhale, just gently let the knees drop over to the left. Really easy twist. Full inhale here. And then exhale, come back to center. Inhale in the center. Exhale, let the knees drop over to your right. Good, take a full deep breath in, really easy twist. And then you use the exhale to bring the knees back to center. And that feeling of, again, navel towards the spine, coming back to center, to hold. And then we'll take any last movements to make your way into Shavasana. It might be something we haven't done. Some of you might want a little inversion. The last few moments just to let go of the need to move. And that's what the postures help us to do. The movement helps us really to come fully into the moment, into stillness and steadiness, and embody that. So you might place blocks or blanket. And as you come down into Shavasana when you're ready, again, let your feet fall away from each other. So your feet are pretty wide on your mat in Shavasana and the arms are away from the body. And just turn the head a little side to side. And feel center the back of the skull, the chin slightly tucked. So you can use a blanket if you need. So now we can begin to let go of the body, to leave the body alone. The eyes closed. The breath, just a steady rhythm. No control of your breath. Nice deep breath down into your belly, softening. Long breath out, letting go. As you close your eyes, you take your sight down and into the body, as if looking inside. resting your gaze in. Feel the weight of your legs. Have that sense of kind of the bowl of the pelvis, the center of the body. And the legs drawing down like roots. All the way down to the feet. And the gaze all the way back up the spine. Shoulders heavy. Down the arms, the right arm. And the left arm. The heaviness in the back of the skull. Softening in the face and the jaw. Across your brow. You feel the front, the back, the top, the soles of the feet, being centered within. Back into the breath. Tension rests. We feel the breath in the body. Embodying this attitude of steadiness. Steadiness in the body. Steadiness in the mind. As your breath goes deeper, bring the awareness down to your fingers, to your toes. And start to stretch and reach out. You might draw your knees in. Make your way over to one side. Come to sit together, and if you want to take longer in Shavasana, please do just kind of stay there. You can do this just last bit lying down. If you're coming up to sit, just come up and sit. Nice tall spine, comfortable seat, whatever that is for you. Again, kind of feel down into the weight equally of both sitting bones. So you can feel those bony bits, base of the pelvis. Weight equally down through the legs, and draw up to the crown of the head. Nice steady rhythm with your breath. And as you connect to your breath, inhaling in the word let, and exhaling, just silently saying the word go, using this very simple mantra, inhaling let, exhaling go. Say that for a couple of times. Mantra is a way to train. Tra means to train the mind. As we focus on those words, let go. What do we want to focus of letting go of? Or maybe the question is more, what do we want to focus more in our life that gives us purpose? So as we let go of the stuff that clutters and feels and distracts us, we can let in more of that that gives us purpose. Together, reach the arms out wide. Take a deep, full breath in. Reach the arms up over the head, a feeling of space. And then pressing your palms together, bring your hands down to center line, to your heart space. Centering mind and body to the heart, a little fuller in the heart. Bow your head down towards your heart. We'll close our practice as we always do with those powerful words. And as I always say, if you can, try and say these words out loud. Ariel, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Make all beings honored. Keep full breath in together, closing with a single sound of Om. Inhaling. As you bow forward, head below the heart. A moment to honour your body, to think yourself it's time for your practice, reminding us of what is important, where we put our energy and our purpose. Namaste, guys. Thank you so much. Namaste. Always a pleasure.